If your lettuce only stays fresh for a few days, ask yourself this. Have you washed it the right way? When you bring lettuce home, how do you usually wash it? Do you leave the whole head intact and quickly rinse it under running water? Or do you just wash it briefly with plain water and put it straight into the refrigerator? Many of us do this and think the lettuce is already clean. But in reality, this way of washing does not ensure that all the dirt, fine sand, tiny insects, or tiny insect eggs hidden between the folds of the leaves are completely removed. It also does not help the lettuce stay fresh longer during storage. In fact, washing the wrong way can make the leaves absorb too much water, which causes the lettuce to soften quickly, the edges to darken faster, and the lettuce to spoil more quickly in the refrigerator. Hello everyone, I'm Mary. Today, I will go over some very common mistakes when washing lettuce, and share with you a scientific and gentle washing method that helps the lettuce be clean, dry, and stay fresh longer. When it comes to keeping lettuce fresh for a long time, many people immediately think about what kind of bag or container to use, or which compartment of the refrigerator to store it in. But in reality, the most important step starts right from the moment we bring the lettuce home. And that is how we wash it. Lettuce grows close to the ground, so throughout its growing process, the leaves easily collect fine dirt, dried mud, and even very tiny insects. In particular, tiny insect eggs often stick to the underside of the leaves, or hide inside the folds that are very difficult to see with the naked eye. So even though the lettuce looks very green and clean when you buy it, that does not mean it is safe enough to eat raw. That's why when washing lettuce, I always start by separating each leaf from the stem, and at the same time removing any bruised, old, or discolored leaves. Separating the leaves not only helps dirt fall off more easily, but also clearly exposes the spots where insects and insect eggs usually stick. Which beautiful country are you watching this video from? Please let me know in the comments. After that, I wash each leaf under cool running water, using my hands to gently stroke both sides of the leaves, especially paying attention to the underside and the veins. The continuous flow of water helps wash away fine dirt, very tiny insects, and any remaining impurities still stuck on the leaf surface. In cases where the lettuce has a lot of dirt, or when you want to clean it more thoroughly, I only soak the lettuce in diluted baking soda water for a very short time. I mix about half a teaspoon of baking soda into a large bowl of water. Then soak the separated lettuce leaves for about 30 to 60 seconds. This amount of time is enough for the dirt to sink to the bottom, and helps tiny insects and insect eggs detach from the leaves. But it does not cause the lettuce to absorb too much water. I never soak it longer, because soaking longer does not make the lettuce cleaner, and instead makes the leaves waterlogged, soften quickly, and become harder to store. After soaking, I gently lift each lettuce leaf out of the bowl, instead of pouring everything into a colander, to prevent dirt and insect eggs from sticking back onto the leaves. Next, I rinse each leaf again under clean running water, to completely remove any remaining baking soda. When the lettuce is completely clean, I let it drain thoroughly. You can let it air dry naturally. Gently blot it with paper towels, or use a salad spinner if you have one. The most important thing is that the leaves must be completely dry before storing, because the drier the leaves are, the longer the lettuce will stay crisp and fresh in the refrigerator. Now the lettuce is clean and ready to be stored for later use. Method 1. Storing washed lettuce for use during the week. After the lettuce has been washed and fully dried, I prepare a vegetable container or a clean paper bag. I always line the bottom of the container or bag with a layer of dry paper towels first, because the bottom is where moisture tends to collect most when stored in the refrigerator. Then, I gently place the lettuce inside, without pressing it down, and without stuffing too much in, so the leaves still have natural space and do not get bruised. Have you subscribed to my channel yet? Please give me a subscribe to support me. Thank you very much. Once the lettuce is arranged, I place another layer of dry paper towels on top. Before closing the container lid or folding the bag, placing paper towels both on top and bottom helps absorb moisture from both directions, preventing water from rising from the bottom and soaking the leaves, while also absorbing any remaining moisture on the leaf surface. I do not seal the bag too tightly, just enough so the lettuce does not dry out, but still allows a little air circulation to avoid steaming inside. Then, I place the lettuce container in the vegetable drawer of the refrigerator and avoid putting it near ripe fruits, such as apples or bananas, because the gas released by ripe fruits can cause lettuce to wilt faster. With this method, washed lettuce can stay fresh and crisp for about 5 to 7 days. The leaves remain green, not slimy, and have no strange smell. Method 2. Storing washed and cut lettuce. This second method is suitable when you want to use the lettuce almost immediately, so you can take it out and mix a salad right away, without any additional preparation. With this method, after washing and drying the lettuce thoroughly, I cut it into bite-sized pieces, the exact size I usually use for salads. After cutting, I do not put the lettuce into a bag right away. Instead, I spread it out on clean paper towels and gently blot it once more to remove any remaining moisture. This step is very important because once the lettuce is cut, the edges of the leaves release more moisture, and if they stay damp, the lettuce will soften and spoil more quickly. When I see that the leaves are completely dry, I line the bottom of a container or zip bag with a layer of dry paper towels. Gently place the lettuce inside, without pressing it down. Then add another layer of paper towels on top. I close the lid or seal the bag, but I do not vacuum seal it. I keep it just closed enough so the lettuce does not dry out, but can still breathe. With this method, cut lettuce can stay crisp for about 1 to 2 days, which is very convenient for quick meals. When I need to use it, I simply take it out, add tomatoes, cucumbers, and dressing, and I immediately have a fresh, clean salad ready to enjoy. Method 3. Storing whole lettuce in water. Besides the 2 methods for storing washed lettuce, there is another very common situation, which is when you buy lettuce, but do not plan to use it within the next few days. In this case, if you wash it too early and store it, the lettuce can easily become damp and spoil quickly. For situations like this, the best method is to store the lettuce whole and unwashed. When it has not been washed, the lettuce still keeps its natural protective layer. So if stored properly, it can stay fresh for several more days without becoming soft or wilted. What I usually do is trim off the dirty outer base. Remove only the old or damaged leaves. Then place the whole lettuce upright in a glass or jar with a small amount of clean water. The base of the lettuce sits in the water and continues to absorb moisture, just like when it was still growing in the field. This helps the leaves stay fresh and naturally firm. I do not add too much water, just enough to cover the base. You can place this jar of lettuce in the refrigerator or in a cool corner of the kitchen if the weather is not too hot. Every 1 to 2 days, I change the water once to keep it clean and odor-free. However, there is one very important thing I always remind you. Lettuce stored this way is absolutely not ready to eat yet. Before using it, You must still wash it thoroughly. Separate each leaf. And clean off dirt, tiny insects, and insect eggs. Following the proper washing steps I shared earlier. Because lettuce is eaten raw. No matter which storage method you use, washing it properly before eating is a step that can never be skipped. So, to keep lettuce fresh longer and safe to eat raw, the most important thing is washing it correctly from the very beginning, removing dirt and tiny insects, then choosing the right storage method based on when you plan to use it. When you wash it properly, dry it thoroughly, and store it the right way, lettuce can stay crisp, keep its natural green color, and not spoil quickly in the refrigerator. I hope these tips help you feel more confident when preparing fresh, clean meals every day. If you find this video helpful, please leave a comment and let Mary Home know which method you usually use. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so we can share more simple and scientific kitchen tips together. Thank you for watching, and see you again in the next video.